Hey folks, welcome back. This episode is literally the table of contents of what you can expect here at Webb's Grainworks Season 2. Join us.
I've been on my best behavior, God, I'm trying.
Hey, and welcome back to Webb's. All right, so last week was a really big week here at Webb's Grainworks. We've been trying to get this conditional use permit for 32 months. And if you saw our video from last week, you know we finally got it. Conditional use permit has been on there for so long you can't even erase it. Conditional use permit is in hand. Yes! Okay, huge. So now the next step is pulling our building permits, which isn't gonna be half as hard, hopefully, as getting our conditional use permit. In order to get our building permits, what we need to do is we need to submit a whole set of plans. And in order to finalize our plans, what we need to do is get all of our equipment sorted so that we can get the engineering schematics figured, where the electrical needs to go, where the steam needs to go, how it all works. So the next big step in this whole project is figuring out what equipment we need, equipment order, figuring out what we need and actually ordering it. We need to order the still, which we're gonna get from Vendome. The plan is to make a trip out to Kentucky, Louisville, to Vendome to actually pick out some of the equipment and finish the design of the still. The trip to Kentucky this year is going to be a little tricky because we are still in the midst of a pandemic. First and foremost, get the still ordered, which we hope to do in the next couple of weeks. That involves talking to a consultant. I was hoping to get a guy named Randy, who was my teacher out in Kentucky when I went to distilling school. We didn't get Randy. Randy retired. So Randy has suggested I get in touch with a guy named Ronnie. Ronnie is also a consultant. Ronnie used to work for Vendome, which is once again where we're gonna be getting our still, our fermenters, our cooker. Ronnie's gonna be a big part of that whole process, making sure that all of our equipment involved with distilling is coordinated and we have all of the information we need. So Ronnie ordering the still, that's all happening in the next 2 weeks. We get all that information to our design team so they can get that in the plans. We gotta order our beer equipment that we're gonna be getting from a company called Premier Stainless down in San Diego. We're hoping to get a 5-barrel brew house. Premier Stainless makes a turnkey edition. Literally, it's like a self-contained 5-barrel brew house we're gonna be able to purchase. They'll bring in here, plop down, some bright tanks, fermenters, all coming from Premier Stainless in San Diego. That stuff needs to be ordered. The last thing is kitchen equipment, which is heavily based on what our menu's gonna be. So we're finalizing kind of our concept menu for launch. We're figuring out exactly what the appropriate kitchen equipment is, fryer, smoker, griddle, all the good stuff. Those are the next kind of big hurdles we need to overcome. Figuring out what all the equipment is, how it all fits into the building, getting all of that information down on the plans, and actually writing the checks to buy it all. So that's kind of what we're gonna be doing in the next couple of weeks. Pretty exciting, pretty big stuff. And then once we finish that, we get our plans, we can submit it, then we'll get our building permits. Once we get the building permits, we're swinging hammers, we're in construction. We hope to have building permits by the end of April, which means we're under construction in May. Would be fantastic. So that's kind of where we're at right now with all of that. Also right now, a very important part of what we're doing is getting our licensing on the federal level, our ABC license. We're going after 3, a 6, a 23, and a 74. The license 6 allows us to own a still. The 23 is our craft brewing license, and the 74 is our craft distilling license. So those are the 3 we're going after on the federal level. So that's happening. Meanwhile, we're trying to recruit staff. General manager on the restaurant side, marketing, all of that stuff is also going on right now. So as I said at the very beginning of this thing, the work truly starts now. But I couldn't be more happy. I'd so much rather be doing this than waiting, as fun as it was to make that music video. Please come back and join us week after week as we do all this and we share it with you and we show you what it takes to build out a distillery right here at Webb's Grainworks.